It's a new month, so that means it is time for last month's Faves and Fails. Hi, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome. I am so glad that you're here. If you like what you see by the end of the video, I really do hope that you will consider subscribing to my channel and giving the video a thumbs up and share it with whoever else you think might like it as well. I had 5 faves and 2 fails for the month of April, so let's get into it and see what worked for me and what didn't. I saw Mandy Lee on here talking about the Physicians Formula Butter Glow Concealer. I will tag Mandy's channel down below for you if you want to check that out for yourself. And she raved about it so highly that I had to go out and get it. And it is one of the best concealers that I have ever tried in my entire life, so it's definitely a favorite for April. This concealer goes on my mature, lined, dry, textured under eyes so smoothly, just like a dream. And the best part is it takes very little to achieve the coverage that I want, and it doesn't crease on me. It doesn't crease, it doesn't settle into my fine lines, it doesn't emphasize my texture. It is so smooth. I love this concealer. It is, I swear, it's one of the best concealers that I have ever tried in my life. I am so grateful to Mandy for talking about this. Definitely an underrated product. I don't know why more people aren't talking about it, because it is absolutely stupendous. Definitely a favorite for the month of April and for like the rest of my life. I tried a new blush in April that I really fell in love with. And the thing is, when I swatched it for the first time, I thought, oh, this is not going to work. I've just wasted quite a bit of money, because even though it's sold in the drugstore, it's pricier than what you would say drugstore products are, and it is from Honest Beauty. This is the cream cheek and lip color, and mine is in the shade Rose Pink. Now, when I swatched it, it barely showed up on my hand, and I thought, this is not going to show up, this is not going to look good, this is just not going to work. But then I actually applied it. I applied it with a flat kabuki brush, and it is just beautiful. This flush of color that it gives to the face, it just sinks into the skin. It doesn't sit on top. It doesn't sink into pores. It is a lovely product, and that beautiful flush of color that you get when you apply it lasts all day long. That is one of the great things about this blush. Not only does it go on beautifully, it lasts beautifully as well. I'm so glad that I tried this blush. I'd heard Tati Westbrook raving about it forever. I'll tag Tati's channel for you below in the description box as well. If you've never watched Tati, you need to go follow Tati. She is one of the beauty YouTuber OGs. But this blush that she talked about, I'm really glad that I was influenced to buy it, because it definitely turned out to be a favorite for the month of April. One of my fails for April was a foundation, and it is After Party from Il Makiage. Now, I love the Il Makiage Woke Up Like This foundation. I think it's one of the best ones that I have ever used, because it works beautifully on my mature, line wrinkled, full of pores, textured skin. So I thought, well, I'll try their After Party foundation as well. This did not work for me. Now, this is a full cover foundation, and it's not playing around. It is full on coverage. And for me, that doesn't work. My skin has too many issues for a really full coverage foundation like this to do a lot of good. It's still a pretty foundation, but for me, it is too thick. It is too heavy. It emphasizes things that I don't want emphasized. And the bad thing about it was it went on beautifully. It looked really great when I applied it, and I thought, oh, hey, this is going to work and it's going to be absolutely fantastic. And then all of a sudden, like out of nowhere, it stopped looking good. And when it stopped looking good, it stopped looking good immediately. It started showing up things like my pores, the texture that I have. All of a sudden I noticed that it had sunk into these really deep wrinkles that I have on my forehead to where I had like a river of foundation in those wrinkles. It just stopped looking good really quick. So while this is a great foundation, and I'm sure that it is great if you have perfect skin or much younger skin than I do, if you're looking for a full coverage foundation, you might give this one a try. If you're my age, you have texture, pores, lines, and wrinkles, I can't recommend this because it didn't do any favors to my older skin. So unfortunately, this product was a fail in the month of April. I found a bronzer in the month of April that I absolutely fell in love with. It's a powder bronzer, and it is from Jaclyn Cosmetics. This is the Jaclyn Sunbathe Bronzer, and I got mine in the shade Skinny Dip. This is so beautiful. It is one of those bronzers that even though it's a powder, it just kind of sinks into the skin. It gives you such a nice warmth, such a nice healthy looking glow to the skin without looking powdery or chalky. I don't know how they did this formula, but they did it well. For a powder bronzer to not look powdery even before you spray a setting spray on it is fantastic. And this is fantastic because it does all those things. The shade that I got, Skinny Dip, is just beautiful on my skin. And the only drawback that I find to this is the scent. It has a very strong fragrance to it. Now, luckily, it dissipates after you put it on your skin. You don't go on smelling it after you have applied the product. A lot of people adore this scent. In fact, Jaclyn has come out with a candle with this scent in it because so many people love it. So I guess I am the exception that proves the rule because I don't like the scent. But since it does dissipate after I get it on my skin, I can overlook it because the product is so beautiful and it gives such a healthy glow to the face. So the Jaclyn Cosmetics Sunbathe Bronzer, this was a favorite for me in April. My other fail for the month of April is a hair product, and I don't have it with me. It is still back at my house and I'm not home and won't be for a while. But it's something that was sent to me to try, and the brand is called Better Not Younger. And Better Not Younger is supposed to help your hair look more voluminous if you are experiencing hair loss, whether it's menopausal, postmenopausal, or for any other reason. It's supposed to help aging hair look fuller and thicker and in better condition. And I was excited to try it. They sent me the shampoo, the conditioner, the spray, the mask, and I used it. I used it exclusively for about 3 weeks, and then I knew I was going to have to stop. And when I emailed the company and told them I can't use this product, I can't give you a good review on it, and here's why, they were so understanding. They were so nice. They were wonderful about it. So even though I can't use the product, I really have to give a shout out to the company because they responded very well to that. But for my hair, it made my once healthy looking hair look dry and exceptionally frizzy. I didn't see any volume. In fact, I saw quite a bit of hair loss. And I mean, I have hair loss anyway because, you know, I'm that age and our hair just falls out. But I saw more than normal while I was using these products. And even worse is my natural icy white hair turned very dull and kind of ashy. These products did not work for my hair. Now, my hair is naturally white to a certain point. I think from right here on down, this is where my stylist, or right here on down, where my stylist had lifted the color off my hair. From here on down, that is all virgin white hair. My hair is porous. It's kind of coarse and it is incredibly frizzy. I have to use a flat iron. I have to use a lot of product, heat protectant, anything I can get to smooth it out so it doesn't look like a dandelion gone to seed. And this product did not react well with my hair at all. Now, if you've used it and it works for you, absolutely wonderful. I'm glad. It just did not work for me. It did pretty much the opposite of what the product claims to do, because it and my hair, they were not friends. So unfortunately, the line from Better Not Younger was a fail for me in the month of April. I've got two favorites for the month of April from e.l.f., so I thought I would combine them like into one thing here. And it is the e.l.f. Putty Bronzer and the e.l.f. Luminous Putty Blush. Now, I've used the regular e.l.f. Putty Blush before, and I really like it. It has more of a matte finish to it, but they came out with the Luminous Putty Blush, so I thought that I would pick it up. I got Bermuda and Tahiti. So these are the two shades that I got. I love these. They work just as well as far as sinking into the skin and giving a beautiful flush of color, but these have just a very slight luminosity to it. You can forego a highlighter if you would like, but it doesn't make you shiny or greasy looking. It is just a nice, I don't know, glow, kind of a luminosity to the skin from these blushes that just make them an absolutely gorgeous product to use. I apply them with the flat kabuki brush, the way I apply the Honest blush, and they go on lovely. They stay on all day long. I really love this luminous formulation. Still like the original putty blush as well, but these were a favorite in April. And so was the e.l.f. Putty Bronzer. Wasn't really sure about this one when I got it, because when I opened it up, and I can't tell you what shade it is because they don't put it anywhere on the container, and I have forgotten, but it looked like this when I opened it up. And that looks so dark, and I thought, oh, well, that's going to be a nice muddy mess. No, I'm wearing it today, and it just gives a nice light glow to the skin. Again, flat kabuki brush, just blended it in, and it looks gorgeous, and it is from the e.l.f. Putty line. So I should have known that I was going to like it, even though it looks so incredibly dark in the pot. But no, I really love it just as much as I love the putty blushes and the luminous putty blushes that I got. So yeah, this is also a favorite for the month of April. And there are my faves and fails for April. I always like it when I have more faves than fails, and I always feel bad about the fails. But if something doesn't work for me, I'm going to tell you if it doesn't work for me. So you will have all the information at hand if you're thinking about trying something and your skin is anything like mine, or if you're around my age. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, I really do hope that you will subscribe. I would love to have you as part of our family here. And I would love it if you would follow me on my other social media accounts as well. I'm active on TikTok and less active on Instagram, and I'm really trying to do better over there, I promise. Again, thank you so much for joining me. It means the world to me to have you here. And I'll talk to you guys next time.